5 Great Falls families say their worst nightmare has come true. They believe their special needs children suffering from autism, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome were abused while in school, and their conditions prevented them from speaking out. 2 teachers' aides are now facing felony charges.
According to witness accounts during the last school year, Garrett was subjected to more than water torture. Another student says he saw the teachers make Garrett eat his own vomit, while a substitute teacher claims Garrett was left sitting in his own feces for approximately half a day.
It's ridiculous.
It's not right. I had a really bad experience, not with special ed teachers, but just with students in general.
I'm actually thankful for my special ed teacher. I don't think I even graduated school without her help.
How can people not catch it for so long? I mean, if it's happening and it's so inconsistent with how kids normally come home, why weren't people asking questions sooner? I think that that's kind of inexcusable, even if they weren't involved with it. I just think that a lot of people drop the ball on a lot of different levels.
What if students without disabilities were being waterboarded or being made to sit in their own feces for half a day? How do you think that would change people's response?
It's easy to abuse someone with a disability because physically they can't defend themselves or they can't speak, so it's easy. But if they don't have a disability, then the kids can maybe try and fight the teacher off or tell another teacher or parent. So no matter what some kid did, they don't deserve waterboarding or sitting in their own feces as punishment, if they have a disability or not.
I feel like a lot of times when I try to talk to people about the situation that sometimes people with disabilities face, this suffering it can come with everyday life or exceptional circumstances. They'll come back with a very defensive, very much like, oh, people must want to help, they just don't know how, or well, most people aren't like that, or something like that. And it's really, when instances like this could possibly have even happened, it just reminds me of when, in the institutions, they found out about abuse that was going on with the kids, the beatings and not picking up their feces, and so many people back in the 1960s that were in these institutions, and that really did happen. People don't just sometimes passively watch people with disabilities exist and just take a hands-off approach. Sometimes it's very active abuse and evil. And I think that people need to see that, that admit that happens, number one, and then number two, once they admit that is in human nature to do, then they can come up with something to deal with it. So I think that this is, whether or not that story is true, people need to remember that they need to deal with it because it can happen. It has happened in the past.